The most praying continent on planet Earth is Africa. Welcome back to the channel, Majesties. Today we're going to talk very critically about the situation of the continent. If you've been following me on my handles, you understand that I've been letting you know that there is this tension of war around the continent. There is this tension of war. It's like there is this effort put in to move the war into Africa. And the painful thing is that Africans are seated praying. You can't just be seated and said you believe in a God and you are going to pray out your troubles, your sorrows, and what have you. Why is it that when you're sick, you need medicine to cure yourself? Even though you're going to pray, you still need medicine. Why is it that when you eat, you still need yourself to take the plates to the kitchen to go get washed? Because you can't pray out the plates to wash itself. Why is it that you need to move yourself from one place to the other, wherever you wish to be? Because you can't pray out yourself up and down. Because we need to be practical. We need to act. But it's unfortunate that we are living in a continent where people have been brainwashed to believe that you just need to pray and everything is going to work. Even though it has not been working, they somehow manipulate people. Okay, just pray it out, it will work. We've had situation of terrorists in the continent for a very long time. And do you know why this issue of terrorism keep lingering? Is because Africans don't act. They prefer to pray. They can't blow up your house. You sit and pray under the tree. You don't have a roof on your head, but you go and stay under the tree to pray when your house is blown up. When you have options of looking for solution, lasting solution to this problem, you felt that the best solution was praying. And that is why the situation keep lingering up until today. Because we are not realistic. We are not realistic at all. We always like to hide behind religion. Oh, this is what your religion say. That they can't blow you up, they kill you every day, but you sit down and keep praying. You don't act. You don't protect yourself. You pray. And so with this prayer, evil keep lingering. Evil people keep growing and excelling because they know that they will keep doing the evil and people will not retaliate, but they will prefer to pray. Just look at the continent of Africa and look at China. Before China became what she is today, she was a shadow of herself. It was because China decided to take her salvation by her hand that China liberated herself and became one of the world leading power today. If you understand, you understand. China did not just jump from being a shadow of herself into becoming one of the leading nations by prayers. No. China put in the work practically. They began to teach their children from the womb. Their infants from the breast, they teach them how to couple things. When infants at the breast in China know how to couple a smartphone, we have grown-up men and women in Africa who are seated praying and jumping and hitting their head for a smartphone to appear before them. But an infant knows that nothing can work if I don't work. But a grown-ass African believes that he can pray and a bundle of money is going to appear on his palm. This is the kind of situation that we have in the continent. And I'm not talking about one of these denominations. I'm talking about religion itself. All the denominations have crippled Africa and have made Africa so lazy that Africans believe that they're going to pray out situation. They're going to pray out their success. They're going to pray out that which they want to manifest. But they will not work. They prefer to pray. Let's listen to this short one.
Listen, the most praying continent on this planet, Earth, is Africa. Most praying. research and if you see it. Most churches, every 600 meter or 100 meter or 1 kilometer, you will find a church. Most poorest continent is Africa. Why? Do you have answer? We don't need churches. We don't need temples. I am pastor myself. We need schools. We need hospitals. We need industries. That is where the life is. God is not telling to build church and pray me there. You pray where you are. You need correct policies to change the people's life. By praying, if it is changed, then we cannot be poor. God says you can't just pray, you work. Make the policies. If I'm wrong, please tell me.
No, you're saying the truth.
It's a bitter truth. We believe that we go to church or a temple or mosque, our problem will be sorted out. No, then we cannot be poor. We could be the richest. And we have the most mineral deposit in the world. Look at the opposite. And these people who are outside, they don't have anything, but they are richer.
Because they see the opportunities here.
There is no churches like what we have. That means not that they are not Christian.
No,
They are Christian.
they are.
They do pray. But the priority is not only the prayer and praying and then you come out. No. The priority is to build the churches, build the industries, promote the employment, reduce your deficits by creating that investments. Schools, education, science, technology. These are the important things.
Yeah, Majesties, I know a good number of Africans might not be happy with this, but this is the truth. It's a truth that cannot be denied. Okay? So the most praying continent in the world is Africa, and the poorest continent in the world is Africa. Why should it be like that? We pray so much. Why are we still so poor? Does it ever occur to you? Do you ever have a thought? Do you think about these things? Like the way I'm thinking? I don't know. Do you ever have a thought about this? Why are you sitting down having a quiet time? Have you thought about it? Why does it seem like the more Africa pray, the more poor Africa becomes? Africa is is the most religious, the praying continent. You see, Islamic religion in Africa is so much that Black Africans can do anything for Islam. They believe so much in the Quran. Christians believe so much in the Bible. They go to church virtually every day. There are people who go to church morning and night, short morning, afternoon, evening. They have different type of Bibles in their homes. They call the name of Jesus 150 times a day. They fast. They do what they need to do. And still, Africa is still where she is. Every day, churches open. In short, when you are in a town, the number of churches you have are more than the number of factories, the number of schools, the number of anything that can develop the physical of any human being. The churches outnumbers everything. And still, Africa is poor. Why does it seem like the God of this religion is not doing anything about this? Because this same creator, if it is the creator that we all know that created the universe, asks you that you should sit and pray your eyes out. This creator wants you to work. The power has been given to you. Why not utilize this power? Why are you making yourself so useless? In as much as words of mouth professing positivity is good, you need action. You need action. Yes, you work and ask that the creator believe the work of your hands. You put one and two together and wait for it to manifest. Have you ever seen a situation where, just look at the life of a farmer. Have you ever seen any farmer who does not, farm, but go sit down and pray for the farm to farm itself, for the land to make ridges by itself, for the seed to take itself and go and plant itself, and for it to germinate, and also for the whole plot of land to weed itself when it needs weeding, and then at the end to harvest itself and bring it to your front and say, okay, this is me. I am corn. I planted myself and I'm here for you. It's me. Does that work? No, it might seem so funny, but I'm trying to get myself, to understand this thing. How does this logic work for a lot of Africans who are tied down by religion and who believe that they need to be where they are? There are a lot of people who don't see anything wrong with their beliefs, especially when it comes to prayer. Does not do anything on its own. Prayer without action, prayer without works is useless. Faith without action or work is useless. You have the faith. You believe that you're going to pray and things will work. But things will not work on its own. You need to go and do something before it's going to work. Yes. I don't know the illustration I'm going to give you for you to understand best. It's just like those looking for the fruit of the womb. In as much as you pray for God to bless your womb, you need to do the action. So if you say you're praying for the fruit of the womb, but you're not doing the action, how will you have the child? Do you get the point now? You get where I'm coming from? So you need to act. You need to do something before something happens. Things doesn't just work like that. Yes, there are particular dimension you'll be in or level of consciousness that you'll be in that you talk things out. You profess things out, it works. But presently now, when you pray, act, do the work. And enough of new churches erupting in neighborhoods, in countries in Africa. I think enough is enough. The number of churches we have in Africa, I think is enough by now. It's high time we begin to divert attention to technology. Let's develop ourselves. There was a particular short clip I saw about the captain. I don't know if I'm still going to get my hand on it. I'm going to leave it there for you. He said that if you have the gift, you want to do something, especially when it comes to technology, they'll ask you to come. They'll come and do it here. Africa cannot help you develop. I think I've been bringing to you here stories of Africans, great minds who develop things, especially when it comes to the aspect of technology. And this law of physics, we have Maxwell Chikumbuktu of Zimbabwe, who produces things and it run with free energy in the air. What happened? They haunted this man. They took him to America and poisoned him. He still didn't die. He almost died, but the creator said, no, it's not your time. Go back to your continent. He came back to Africa. And later on, we saw that, according to the last information I received about him, that the Zimbabwe government is looking into his creations and they are trying to see how they help him succeed. I just pray that is true. So they take the strong minds, the wise mind, they'll say, come to us, Africa cannot help you. Come to us, Africa cannot save you. In as much as you pray, you believe in a God, you are in any denomination, nobody has a problem with you about that. That's your choice, that's what you want. But act. Don't just sit down and say, okay, I've prayed. It's going to work. Nothing is going to work without you acting. It needs your collaboration. You need to work towards it. In as much as you have a positive mind, you believe that you're going to succeed when you do one or two, you need to still have, you need to still put in the work. Practically. That's what we're saying. And this is we thinking critically now, thinking practically now. So I just feel like I showed this to you today because a lot is going on right now in the continent of Africa. And, last time where this issue of Nigeria, we all know what is happening in Nigeria. And I think it's painful and shameful to see that some Africans believe that they're going to pray out the situation. I keep telling you, we have to be serious and be realistic as Africans. It is because of this pray, like I said from the beginning, that this terrorist situation is increasing in Africa because we are not taking anything serious. You have been brainwashed and deceived to believe that just say, call a name and miracle is going to happen. Look at the situation of countries in Africa. We are becoming the shadow of ourselves. Sure, our ancestors are looking at us and they are shedding tears from where they are. Because we have allowed ourselves to be used and controlled. It's unfortunate, but we need to be telling ourselves this truth. If you truly want to grow and develop as Africans in the continent, you're not gonna pray out every situation. As you pray, you need to work. Be practical, be serious, and then things is gonna work out. Yeah. Your thoughts and opinion there at the section, Your Majesties. I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive always. Bye.